So again, this is just a quick briefing for our pediatric residents and our pediatric department for something that just was published in the Global Burden of Disease recently, 2 days back. So I said I might share it with the colleagues. I know it's vacation time, and that's why you can see the background. It's more of a vacation mode. But I think this is very interesting theme to explore at this stage. And just to highlight to our residents and fellows, and also to our faculty, what potentials they could explore, even if they are on their vacation on the go, they could find marvelous ideas for the research-wise. For myself being from the Pediatric Research Committee, so this is my main aim. And I will just start with a disclaimer that I have no conflicts to declare, and while I'm advocating to utilize these global burden of disease resources, I'm not a member from them. I'm a collaborator in their research. However, it's an open source which could benefit many of us in our ongoing either the research endeavors or also in our clinical practice when we read about what is a GBD paper and why it's so impactful. So I was asking colleagues if they could have a tablet or a PC to explore during the session. However, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share sharing the screen, and I'm gonna show you how these tools could be utilized easily by any one of us. And this is the fresh landmark publications I was talking about. It was just published 2 days back by the Global Burden of Disease about the childhood vaccination globally, the situation, which is very relevant for us as pediatricians. And I'm honored to be there among the collaborating authors, and also our dear colleague, Prof. Ayman Al-Ayadi, also is there in this paper. So this is something that will be interesting to share and read. And if you could scan this code, this will give you the link to the website in the Lancet where you can read the full paper in depth. And I'm gonna just give you a quick hint how to read such a huge paper. And basically what I wanted to introduce to all of us, what's the global burden of disease? Many of you have heard of it, and probably many of you did not even yet hear of it. So what are some terms that were used to have some engagement, how to read such landmark publications, and how to use their open access comparison tool to seek whatever subject you want to look for. I'm focusing more in the pediatrics, and also focusing about our data in Saudi Arabia or in the region. So this is what you could compare in this compare tool, and some quick hints that you may explore in your process. Again, this is just communicating these tools for you. I know it's a summertime, so I'm gonna promise I'm gonna make it as short as possible, and perhaps later on, once the academic year resumes, we will go back to have some in-depth hands-on session physically. This is one of the YouTubes that I would like you, if you could scan it, so you can access it later on at your own pace. It's about what are some of the terminologies you may face or you will see whenever reading such papers, such as the disability adjusted life years. So there's the DALY, there's also the years lost from a particular disease burden. So there are some things. It's just the basic things that you will need to know as a new vocabulary in our appraisal of such papers. So I will advise you to have a look on this video. It's just 15 minutes video, which you can watch at your own pace from Yale website on YouTube. So I hope you go through it before you go for any other papers like this. And in regards to this particular childhood vaccination, again, this is the link for it. And as I said, it's really for us, vaccination is one of the cornerstones of pediatrics to prevent long-term sequelae, to prevent complications, morbidity, mortality, economic benefits. So this is something magnificent. And the beauty of these comparison tools or the global burden of disease that you can benchmark your country, your situation with other countries and with also the international, either at the country levels or sometimes at a big region, geographical levels. Also, that could be doable. And I'm going to show you that one in a nutshell. And these databases are available since this is a typo, since 1990 until 2023, and it's each year they update it with data from all over the world. So this is the unique character of these open source comparisons, that you will, once you learn how to use them, you can always use them for updated material, updated information on whatever subjects you want to explore. So this is one of the things that you can always be updated, and you can compare with the previous numbers, with the previous historic, and we're going to see later how does that translate in real action. What I would suggest for you, if you're going to read the papers, just go through as usual. If you are a busy pediatrician, pediatric residents, you are busy, at least you can just go scan the abstract. And the beauty of the GBD papers also, they have like this paper incorporated in their publication, which is called the Research in Context, that tells you what is the evidence we have about the research before this study, what is the added value of this study, and what are the implications of all the available evidence. So this is something huge. Yes, it is directed mainly to the stakeholders, to the policymakers, the Ministry of Health, the WHO. However, always I look at it for us as a trainees, as a pediatricians, how we can also benefit from it into more insights about the situation, about this particular subject. So what I'm gonna just show you now, this is the way that the tool is gonna engage, and I'm gonna open it in another screen now and see how it works with you. Going to the interactive data visualization tool, and this is the link for it, which I will open now. I'll leave it here just for anyone to take a screenshot of it if you want to take it now. And then I'm gonna just show you how it looks like in real life. And then I'll go to my last slide. So let me just take you to this one. Okay. So let me just open the website for the visualization tool. Just give me a second. Just typing because so I'm gonna just switch the screening. This is the new screen now I'm gonna share. Just a second, please. So this is the visualization tool. This is the landing page. Again, it's the Institute of Health Metrics, and it's the way it looks like, although it looks a little bit maybe crowded for you as a first-time viewer for this page. However, there is one beautiful thing here in the visualization tool and comparison tool by itself. There's a take the tour, if you can see it, the screen. So if you press on it, it will guide you just in less than 5 minutes. It will just show you all what are these buttons, how you can navigate yourself, and it's basically very much self-explained, self-explanatory. So I'm not going to spend time on these. I'd rather go here. So here I'm having either the globe by itself, the whole countries, and here is showing, for example, the all-cause, as we said, either the DALY, the daily adjusted life years, or the years lost with disability, or the mortality. And these are the metrics that you can compare with different disease. Let's say I want to have traumatic brain injury, traumatic, trauma. Let's see what do they give us as a trauma. All cause trauma communicable. Trauma. It's giving me something else. So here, for example, if I'm opening and I don't want this category, let me try another one. Let's say meningitis. Having some problem with my keyboard, but we're managing. Okay, so as a communicable, so there is communicable and non-communicable. So here, if I want to focus as a meningitis, let's say below 5 years. So I'm choosing the below 5 years. And this is the data of 2021. This is the latest available as an open source. The next year, usually they will have some embargo for it until they finish analyzing it, and then it will be added on year after year. So currently the open source is the 2021, and I want to have the daily, the disability adjusted life years for meningitis in children below 5 years, and I want to compare it as a trend. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, so if I choose, for example, in Saudi Arabia, so here, now it opened for me the source. As you can see, now this is 2021. This is the all-cause disability adjusted life years. Here, if you want to look at the mortality, but the mortality is just one of the metrics. So this is the metrics of the mortality in children below 5. This is in 2021. But let's say I want to, and then you can compare it to the previous year. For example, let's say I want to compare it with the year 2000. I can go back as simple as that. And it's going to show you the trends, the different trends that are occurring. Okay. I was just trying to get you where is the risk now. So here, I'm just opening up as what's the risk for the mortality in children below 5 years. If we switch to the age group of school-age children from 5 to 14, then it gives you the mortality, and this is again the DALY. Again, you can see how it looks like that. And if I want to compare it with other years, I simply press here. And here, for example, I'm looking at risk. Now, let me look at the cause of all cause. Now it's all cause of DALY in Saudi Arabia, comparing between 1990 and 2021. And you can see here how it changed over the years for this age group, for school-age children, how the DALYs changed over that time. Okay, if I want to switch to another parameter, for example, the YLDs, which are the years lived with disabilities. So again, you can look how it's changed the ranking over the years. And this is important because I'm going to show you in a while why we are focusing on these parameters for our site, so we can think about what are the possible research potentials that we can explore. Okay, And you can here compare now countries together. For example, you see how all of these are open source and you can use them. You can even publish from them as an open source as long as you cite them appropriately. So let's say I want to add here one country as Saudi Arabia. Oh, don't know why it's not coming with me. Just give me a second. Okay, so here it added for me Saudi Arabia among the other nations, and I can compare it. I can switch which countries I want to see. This is for the years lived with disability. And what about the risk factors? Then you can even compare and check the risk factors. Again, sometimes you have to enter it each time because the default is not what you are seeking here at this stage. So here they put for us, for example, here Saudi Arabia. And one of the things that I would really recommend that you need a good biostatistician who is aware about them. And we had some colleagues who had who did some research like this one, original research, not only our collaborators, they did original research with a good biostatistical analysis, and one of the papers got published, another one is in the pipeline. And this will take me to the next step in my agenda. So this is the tool I was talking about that I would really advise you to go and explore it, because there is so many explorations, and probably your exploration is what will give you what are the things that I can think about for any research potential I have in this regard. So going back to my last couple of slides. This is the slides again, sorry, technical problems, but resolved. Okay, so if you look at the GBD in Saudi Arabia and PubMed, unfortunately, we're still have a huge opportunity for further research because when I looked into it today, we are still having only 14 papers, and so this is still very much, we have a huge advantage to go and seek. You can do any research you want with these tools, and the beauty of them, because they are secondary data due to open source, so they do not require you a prior IRB approval. So because they are already open source for you. So this is what I had in mind for you during the vacation, during these summer times. Anytime you have some time, just go and explore them, because I'm sure they'll be fruitful, and I'll be happy to take any questions.